On August 2nd, 2017, the City of Pembroke Pines held a special commission workshop and meeting to discuss the water quality in the city.
So just as a recap, back in April, we were tasked with the item to independently select a firm to help the city perform an evaluation and assessment of the water quality here in the city of Pembroke Pines. Luckily for the selection we made, the city was able to negotiate the contract with the firm selected, which was Jacobs Engineering Group. And on April 19th, they entered into an agreement with them via the signed engagement letter that laid out the scope of those tasks. Then in May, June, and July, they performed that work, ultimately issuing their final report just last week on July 25th. And today, obviously, is the formal presentation of that issued report from last week.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
Could you introduce yourself for the record, please?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Chandra Mysore. I work as the technology director for Jacobs in the water and wastewater treatment discipline. And I actually worked on the report. Like Rudy mentioned, I did most of the heavy lifting. I worked on numerous disinfection byproduct projects all around the country. And I worked on a recent project in Missouri and also in California and so forth. So what I'm going to do today is going to give you an overview of what the report contains, just distilling some of the important terminology and important things in the report in a very simple terms. And just to add on to what Rudy said, I'm also a water industry professional. I've been in the industry for more than 30 years, and I'm looking at it, the water quality and the operations from an unbiased, view. So,
Dr. Mysore went on to explain his independent findings to the commission through a scope of work with 5 tasks. After reviewing the 5 tasks, recommendations were presented and a summary was given. We spoke with Dr. Mysore after the meeting to clarify and summarize his findings.
we were hired to look at the water quality and the operations, and we found that the disinfection byproduct issue was a temporary phenomena. We have recommended some phase 1, and which is a short-term recommendation, and phase 2, which is a long-term recommendation. So phase 1, which is a short-term recommendation, involves doing some simple adjustments to plant operations, bringing the ion exchange units back online, going with a proper coagulant, doing some testing with proper coagulants and polymers to reduce the organic carbon and that kind of stuff. I see that the city is doing a lot of those, implementing a lot of those recommendations we have mentioned in the report. And the ion exchange units are back online, which helps in reducing the organic carbon and color.
You can view the meeting in its entirety on our YouTube page.